This segment is brought to you by NBA Topshot. All right, welcome to the CNC podcast. This is episode 126. Here we go. We got our footballers on here today. We're going to be talking a lot of our NFL, fantasy, Connectin and Connectin League. What's going on with NBA Topshot kicking off the season? How's everybody feeling here tonight? All right, or what?
We're doing good.
You're good.
Yeah, look at this. Who is that? I know by the sound, but by the sight, I don't know. Is that a ChewieWoolf up there? Or is that someone else?
Well, I just got back from my costume party at work, and I had to dress up as Steve, Jack Black from Minecraft. So I got my pickaxe.
Oh, look at this!
I did some mining. I did some crafting. We Minecrafted.
Nice. Look at this guy. You're going to be mining out some moments here tonight as we chat through this and. I love seeing the costume. Hope you're having a good time over there. And thanks for making it on a work night here. I see you are dedicated to the Collecting and Connecting family here. Thank you so much. And Mono and Trevor, thanks for joining us. BananaMac, as always, we're ready to rock and roll here. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking, NFLC? Look at this. Floaty, here we go. Always repping. Got that great merch. Where'd you find that merch, by the way? Where can I go to buy one of those?
Shop.collectedandconnectin.com, baby. You can get your floaty gear, CNC, all the teams. It's amazing. Get on there.
Very nice. Listen, everyone's got their favorite sites. Who's got Macy's? Who's got I don't know, Bloomingdale's, and then you got Collecting and Connecting merch shop. I mean, just put them up there. 3 favorites.
Up there. Yeah.
So just talking a little bit here about the NFL season. What are we feeling here so far? I know we got our fantasy league going on. There was a big rumble in the jungle there between Trevor with last week versus Chewie. How'd that turn out for us? Trevor, tell us what happened.
I scored in the 40s, so I think Chewie's a little bit worried at the start of the week based on his own team's output, but yeah, that was a real struggle on our.
You get those weeks. I mean, what do you Sometimes it's just a bad week. I mean, that's how it is. It's like real life. It's like the NFL. You can't win them all.
Oh, well, I can sleep at night for sure. Like there was not a single roster decision that could have resulted in me doing better.
Good. I know.
The L on good old NFL game variance.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And Chewie, what was your worry about the week? Were you afraid that you didn't quite have the squad strong enough to get in there?
Yeah, I made a bad decision with picking some of my wide receivers too high, so I had to keep going back and forth with running backs, not knowing who was going to start. Some of the guys that are coming back off of injuries are now starting in place of my starting running back. So I had like a 0.6 on a Thursday night from my starting running back. And I'm like, oh, that's a good hole to dig, But thankfully Trevor's scoring less than people who are starting everyone on a bye week. So I was able to win.
Shout out a lot of defense. I thought they'd do something. They did not.
Oh man. It's tough. Some of these defenses are tough. Are really tough to decide because I think this past weekend I took the Bengals against the Jets. I'm like, all right, listen, the Jets seem to be all over the place. Bengals got they got a good defense. There's some games where they're really out there. I know the offense isn't clicking, when Burrow's in there. But I said, they got a good chance against the Jets, who just lately have seemed like they're not in sync. Of course, it's the Jets end up winning, coming back, scoring almost 30-something points, close to 40 points to win this game. I said, well, Bengals defense gave me like a -4. I was better off just leaving anything in there than that. But I was just defense is not easy to pick.
Was Fields starting that one?
It did, yeah. Tyrod Taylor was supposed to start the game, but had a knee injury, so Fields got the nod, even though it was supposed to be benched.
Yeah, it feels like either Fields is putting up 30 points in fantasy, or the defense he's playing is putting up 30 points. Like it's one of the two.
One or the other.
Yeah, it's a moonshot either way.
And Mono, how's it going for you so far? What are you thinking of just in our league, and then just the league in general? Some things that you've seen so far, catching the week after week here of our NFL season.
Yeah, I picked a good week to show my face because I think I was the high scorer in the league last week. So I'm happy to be on here and able to talk a little smack. So
Nice.
I don't know. I'm always a believer in you got to go running backs and prioritize that. And so in both my leagues, I have Jonathan Taylor and James Cook. So my record doesn't show it, but I still feel real good fantasy wise. I feel like I had some good ideas there. But again, it's just to Trevor's point, it's like any week you just get the wrong alignment and someone puts in the right guy who, goes off for 40 points all of a sudden and you lose a few. So I'm just trying to stay competitive, make the playoffs in the leagues and just, see what I can do from there. But yeah, outside of there, I mean, NFL season, it's great drama as always.
Very true. No, it's great. I mean, I think the running backs, it is true because when you're struggling to find a running back, that waiver wire is pretty short. There are just some guys where you're like, every time you take a look, it's like, oh, projected to get 6 points. It's like, you know what? Should I even be bothering around here for this? It's like I'm the who's the backup running back, and then you're like, wait a minute, this guy might actually get some carries. The main guy got hurt. Every time I pick up a running back like that, they don't even throw to him. They don't let him run. They don't throw to him. They do nothing. I forgot who I picked up, but I was like, oh, starting running backs out. This guy's gonna go off for at least 10, 12 points. You got like 3. I mean, it's just so hard to predict. But yeah, you're right. I think getting the running backs off the start of the season is a key for.
Well, yeah, and the injury luck is key too, right? I mean, it's everybody can have the great strategy. But like whoever had Burrow probably thought they were set at quarterback, and then next thing you know, he's out for 3 months. And so, there is a big luck component to it as well. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't naming names.
Really. Who would pick Burrow? What a schmuck. What a bad choice to pick Burrow.
I mean, for you though, at least you've had a good couple weeks. Like you were in the basement a couple weeks ago, and now you're, finally, to a respectable middle of the pack kind of thing. So
yeah, listen, I thought I was out and down, but BananaMac, want to talk a little bit about the Miami Dolphins or what you're thinking of the NFL season so far?
Well, for once, you caught me on a day where I do want to talk about my Dolphins because
they win.
Won. They got to win.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I don't play fantasy like you guys. I do the NFL all day playbook. So my strategy this week was Miami's looked like dog shit. So I'm going to play all the Falcons players because I know my team's going to lose. And Miami came out, Tua threw 20 for 26 or something passes. It was great to watch, but it absolutely killed my playbook.
The Falcons have to be the most unpredictable football team in the NFL. I mean, they go out, they beat the Bills, right, at home, and then they're going to be bad on the road the next week. And so then you think they're going to come back and be great at home against the Dolphins, and no, they absolutely were terrible. Yeah, that has got to be probably one of the most frustrating teams to try to figure out in the NFL because they've got a ton of talent and they can just never put it together. So.
No, and I was like, they're totally going to put it together against Miami. But Visor Tua, that's a different breed. I don't know. That man hasn't done it since high school, but he better start because he looked great.
Maybe that sunshine just getting in his eyes. Maybe it was just a glare. It could be, just the glare got him all these.
It took him, 6 years in Miami to find out that the sun gets in his eyes and that affects his football career? That's
and a couple concussions, too.
Well, yeah, maybe you're sensitive to the light after a couple concussions.
Right?
It's been some crazy stories. I mean, there's been you got some baseball players all of a sudden hitting in the dumps for years, and then someone tells them to get contacts, and all of a sudden they're hitting an extra 50 points. It's like, what? Like, you didn't realize that this was the problem? I mean, there's been known stories of this, so it's pretty crazy, but who knows?
So the lesson here is to go to the eye doctor. Professional athletes need to book appointments before the season.
Yeah, no.
That was Jameis Winston as well. Remember, when he was playing in Tampa, he needed glasses or contacts and refused to wear them. And when he finally got them, then he could see downfield. It was like a huge story that he couldn't see anything downfield. He was just throwing the blobs basically the others on his team. So,
oh my gosh, after you see one you would think.
He ended up getting LASIX, right? He got LASIX surgery.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it was. But yeah. It was an off-season story. So yeah,
it sounds like a cover-up for some NFL gambling.
No, that's the NBA. That's the cover-ups.
we can't handle more than one sport at a time with that. Let's just keep it on the NBA for now. But no,
over under 20/20 vision.
yeah, there we go. That could be the pick of the week. Right? Isn't that's it? We'll do the 20/20 vision pick. Chewie's 20/20 vision pick. Why not? I like it. And Chewie, what about your 49ers over here? You want to enlighten us a little bit on how your Sundays have been or have not been?
Well, they've been picking up people from the emergency room. The amount of injuries that they have, and they've actually, until last week, they've been leading their division, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's been interesting to watch my Niners. We're talking about the Brock Purdy. He hasn't been playing much this season. Last offseason, I actually sold his debut moment because it went up to like 200. I don't remember how much it was. It was pretty high. Now I need to buy it back because it's down lower. But yeah, I mean, the NFL Day, other than pieces for playbook, I don't collect anything else on All Day other than my Niners stuff. Much different than NBA, where I'm collecting everything all over the place. Whereas All Day, just pieces for the playbook and Niners. That's it for All Day. But man, Scattaboo, your Giants running back, I watched him play at Sac State here locally, my alum. So I saw him running all over people, 150 yards a game here locally, and to see him do that over in New York and then get hurt, man, that hits me hard locally too.
Oh man,
we had him local here at Arizona State too. So
transferred there. Yeah.
Wow, look at this. What's the Scattaboo connection here? I don't know if he played over there in Canada yet. Sorry, BananaMac. I don't know if you're connected to the Scattaboo. Yeah, all right. I'm sure he's been up there.
Well,
so
New York's close to the border, so I'm just gonna say, we're connected.
There you go.
I felt it in my heart.
Well, we're Scattaboo connected over here. I mean, he's definitely a bright spot in the Giants season, but I'm not. Obviously, you're let down, but I just think he's one of those strong players that I think he's already that type that he's trying to, rehabilitate and get back. I already see pictures of him walking out of the hospital just like, whatever. I got my foot fixed. Let's go. Like, you can just see that, I think, in him. And it's just great. And obviously, he has the whole state here. New York and New Jersey primarily behind him, and I think he's going to be, a good prospect, obviously, for the future. He's just such a lot of talent, and you could see he wears his heart, on his sleeve, the way he plays. What do you think of the other rookies so far this season, from what we see? Mono, you have any favorites on NFL All Day that you said, all right, I'm stacking this rookie, or I'm going to go for that, upgrade and try to stack the commons and get a rare out of the deal?
Yeah, I mean, I always target rookies. I collect, I guess I collect kind of the digital, like I used to collect the cardboard, which was the rookies were always what enamored me. And so I'm collecting kind of a little bit of all of them. As a Bears fan, I've got to stack my lovable losers. So I've got Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, even though the nice thing is they're both cheap this year, right? Because they're not doing a whole lot. So I'm able to get them. But a couple of guys that I've been stacking since early on, Tyler Warren. I was lucky enough before Jackson Dart was starting and it was Russell Wilson, I was stacking a bunch of him just because I kind of had a good feeling that he would be seeing the field. Dylan Gabriel I was stacking as well, just because, again, another guy that wasn't on the field, so I figured let's get him cheap now before he starts. I think he got some talent. Defensive side, I really like the guy Jahad Campbell from the Eagles. I know he's an Eagle, but he's a baller. I mean, he's a good player, so love what I've seen on him. I think the Falcons actually have a lot of good young guys. Watts is the safety. So just, again, I'm collecting everybody. I mean, I'm stacking a little bit of like kind of the known commodities like Ward and Genty and Ibuka and those guys. But I always like to try to kind of find the value picks before they take off and ascend. That's my, I don't know. That's my little hidden joy, I guess, of the All Day platform, is trying to find some of those guys before they get too expensive. Chewie, I got to ask you, is Mac Jones better than Brock Purdy?
Ooh, or is it the system that makes them?
I mean, Mac Jones looks better in that system right now, just to my my non-49er fan eye than Brock Purdy does. But Brock Purdy hasn't played a lot. But I feel like Mac Jones is playing better in that offense right now. I just wonder if you might not, have a controversy brewing there.
Mac Jones definitely seems to run the system that coach is telling him to run better than what Purdy does. Purdy takes more chances downfield, though. Like, I haven't seen anything explosive from Mac yet, whereas Purdy will take that chance, which puts them in binds a lot of times with interceptions. And Purdy can run a little bit better, at least from what I've seen, than Mac. But Mac seems to be much better with his accuracy and decision making than Purdy.
Yeah, like my take is like Purdy's slightly better at scrambling in the pocket and can extend plays. I think there's a higher ceiling with that sort of quarterback, but yeah, Mac's earning some real money.
Yeah, they'll move on.
It's not. I mean, it's not bad to have two quarterbacks to choose from. Some teams are just fighting to have one. I mean, you got. I liked seeing the. Was it last week? Was the Flacco Bowl versus the 40-year-old Bowl versus Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it was fun. It was a good game. What'd you guys think of that? Seeing these old timers get out there and keep these teams moving along. How do you think the Steelers are looking so far this season?
That was the matinee, right, with the 40-year-olds? I'm making a joke for their age.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was definitely not the early bird special on that. They were playing a night game on that one, so it's past the bedtime. But what are you thinking of the Steelers so far on this, Mono? What do you think their season's looking like? Are they,
Yeah, I mean, they started strong. But I don't know. I mean, what they've lost the last two in a row, right? They lost to Flacco and the Steelers, and then they lose to Green Bay, which, I think Green Bay's a good team. So, but you get this feeling that the Ravens are going to catch them. I know the Ravens are terrible right now, and they only have 2 wins, but they beat the Bears without Lamar. They got Lamar coming back for Thursday against the Dolphins. I feel like once Lamar's back, that's a completely different team. I know my condolences to you, but
it's going to be bad.
And if you look, I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I remember looking at it. It's not that bad going forward. I mean, they've got winnable games. So I kind of feel like the Steelers, will they still make the playoffs as a wild card? I think so. But I kind of feel like the Ravens are going to catch them over the rest of the year here. Even though I know it sounds a little crazy right now, but unless the Ravens get hit with some more injuries or Lamar goes down again, I kind of see the Ravens ascending right now, and the Steelers have kind of plateaued maybe and starting to not decline, but it's like, I don't know. We'll see how much magic Aaron Rodgers has over the rest of the year. He's going to have to work to win that division. It's not going to just happen. They're not, they're not set up the same way that some of the other divisions are, where they can just, coast. Yeah.
No, the telltale sign might have been that uniform from that game from the last game.
Yeah,
what? Anybody going out to buy one of those?
Khaki is.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell the two teams apart. I'm watching one color again. I'm like, wait a minute. The Packers.
Yeah, you thought it was like the old Green Bay throwbacks, right?
Yeah, I was like, they looked like the reverse teams. I was like, I can't tell who's who over here. But
I did like the yellow helmets. I will say that the yellow helmets were nice, but that was where the uniform stops as far as I'm concerned.
Steelers between 9 and 10 wins is always a safe bet. So trending towards another one of those seasons. Yeah, the Ravens start of the year schedule was so horrific. I think they control their destiny now if they win out against the North, but the Ravens defense is a bit questionable to go undefeated at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's not there's no lock in, which is great. I mean, that's what we want to see, right? More. I mean, this year has been all about parity. There is no NFL team I feel like that is. I mean, except for the Chiefs being the Chiefs, it is the NFL is like wide open again. It feels like, so it's nice to see that.
Yeah. And so what are we thinking as well, as enjoying this NFL season and with the playbooks on NFL all day? BananaMac, I know you're on those playbooks. What have you been doing? What are you thinking so far with some of the pack drops that have been coming out? The parallels. Have you been going after some guys that you said, "Oh, I should be adding this. I should have had this in my collection, and maybe I should pick up a couple now that I think the rares are kind of coming down in price, and maybe now's a good time."
Yeah, I picked up a couple rares. I picked up the Dolphin rookies and a few of the big names, like you said, Mono. Like I picked up Cam Ward and Travis Hunter and people like that. Honestly, packs, it's hit or miss. Sometimes I take the gamble. Like last night or Monday night, they did the promotion where you got 50% off if, 50 yards on Monday Night Football or something like that.
I love that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
50-yard receiver, yep.
$250 for a pack.
Yeah.
I took the gamble. I sold it back for $2. I lost 50 cents. Can't care that much. I'm just like kind of playing by ear, seeing what happens.
I like it. No, very cool. I think it's nice. I definitely like the interactive stuff during those, primetime games where it's something, okay, it's going to get me while I'm watching the game involved with, NFL all day and obviously take a look at, where the huddles stand and all that, trying to get those predictions right. Some weeks you kind of see it like the predictions, like I don't know how we feeling with that in general. Banana, you want to start, and then we'll move on to everyone else.
So not this week, but the week following, I came in like second. I won like $50. So I convinced myself I was like a genius at the playbook. And then I went in the next week and I let my team down. I was like second to last in my huddle, and I put on an embarrassing show. I feel like it's the hardest thing to predict. And I don't know about you guys, but I set all my playbooks different. Like I never put my free and easy and like hard or pro the same. I always switch them up, think it's a better shot. But I seem to only make my free one the good one.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got to pick in reverse order then.
Yeah, I need to switch it up, and then I mess. It's not happening.
Oh boy, I know that.
I try to do the same thing when I can.
Because
spread the chips.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy. I don't think it's bad.
I feel like you have a better chance to win money, right? Like,
yeah, you give yourself. Yeah, the one thing I'll say, I think they missed an opportunity with this is I'm kind of the opposite. I think of Chewie, whereas I just collect there's a few guys I collect on NBA Topshot, but mostly it's like a very utility driven purchase for me. Like who can I play in the playbook? And so the one thing I really like about it is that it happens every night, and so there's a little bit more kind of consistency to it, a little bit more excitement to it. Whereas the NFL, it's like just 1 week. And I feel like why don't they just do something where you have a guy, play guys on Thursday?
There. You're just frozen on us if you hear me.
Oh, I can hear you. Sorry if I'm cutting out. Is it?
No, you're good on our end.
Okay.
You're hearing me okay, right? I'm good.
Yep. So anyway, just as far as being able to play like a separate game on Thursday, a separate one on Sunday, and a separate one on Monday, and just change it up. I feel like that would really add to the engagement versus a lot of times you feel like you're out by, you're halfway through Sunday and you're like, well, I'm done, forget Monday now. So
do slates, right? Like
exactly.
Underdog.
Like they do in NBA. Yeah. So
I'm with you. Though,
I'd love to see that.
I set it on Wednesday night or whatever, Thursday morning. And by Sunday, I'm either super stoked and looking forward to Monday or I'm tuned out. So I'm totally with you. I'd rather day by day. I think it's more fun.
Yeah. I agree. And it gives, again, it's more chances to be involved and engaged. So, and maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not playbook, but I did like a couple seasons ago, they would have a lot of engagement around each game day, like whatever day it was. Like if it was Thursday night, there'd be whoever the leading rusher is, submit this moment and this would give an opportunity. They have a ton of that dead backstock of series 1 packs and things like that. It's just give everybody a free, $3, $4 pack if they can, lock in a rare of whoever the leading rusher is for Thursday night. It just things like that I feel like would go a long way and just in upping kind of the engagement there. So we'll see how they proceed, but I'd love to see more of that from them.
Yeah. So is it a predictive challenge still? Like you got to lock them in before the game starts, or just if I'd love
to see it be predictive. Yeah, I mean they used to do it the opposite way, which it was interesting because there was a lot of people who, I don't want to say they were flippers, but you'd have people who you had to have that guy, and so then all of a sudden there'd be some guy who would come off the bench and have some amazing catch for whatever, and then all of a sudden his moment goes from like $2 to like 20 because everybody's trying to lock him in to get this prize, this thing or whatever. So there was some excitement that way too. I mean, I'm open. For me, I'm not really picky about how they do it. It's just more about having something to kind of play along with because, like we saw, like their message they're pushing is they want everybody living in the app when the games are going on. So give them a reason to, right? Like that, like to me, it's like some easy layups here that they can do that would really help enhance that product.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do like that fun and of that kind of challenge that is ongoing, as the game goes on. Brings us back a couple years. I think, Topshot. I know for those here collecting Topshot, I don't know if you remember. I will always remember the holiday, the hoops, where I think it was the Brown or something like Topshot debut that was just went up to like, I don't know what it was, like $500, $600 or something, and it was just insane. There wasn't it was more than that. What was it?
It was definitely selling for 4 figures.
Oh my God, that's where it. Oh geez, but maybe it was. Did it start it around like? Yeah, I think it was originally. It was like a couple hundred, but then it was like it was to lock in what I forgot what that reward pack was, but it was. I think you got like a legendary pack or something if you locked in that challenge. It was something insane.
I think that was part of like the metallic silver set, which I have complete. Like I lived
really
all of that pain.
No way! You did that challenge? Oh, geez! All right, tell us a little bit about that.
I think I had that moment, just fortunately already, and instead of telling it, just went for it. That was the most chaotic time on Topshot outside of like when everyone got in.
Yeah, there was definitely. I mean, that metallic silver set, I think was. It's I think a great concept. It's just like, okay, I can get a new moment every week, and then but a lot of times with the sets, sometimes you're like, well, do I start this as soon as this kind of long challenge begins, or do I kind of pick them up as the price kind of drops a little bit? Maybe some people lose interest. I can buy them along the way. You guys take any strategies to some of those set collecting now, and any sets that you've added? Whether it's Topshot on NFL Day this season.
I finished all the run it back stuff on Topshot, like all the new rares for Phantom Thread. I think I need one more Phantom Thread, and then I'm through all of that. It's like I guess the Rodman is listed for $1,000 right now, so I'm sitting as high offer, waiting for someone to bid against me, so the high offer keeps going on up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know. And then, but they all. The old fan, I think Rodman had to have been locked in to get the Elijah one, right? So it's kind of hard, even with a high offer, to say like who didn't go for the Elijah one challenge. I guess you might leave it out there for another 300 somewhat days, maybe maybe next year.
I'm in no hurry.
Okay. All right. Mono, do you have any sets that you went after NBA or NFL all day this season?
Yeah, I mean NBA. Again, like I said, I collect. There's just certain guys and teams that I like that I follow. So more just kind of hit and miss with that stuff. But on the NFL side, I'm not loving the parallel stuff. I don't know. I didn't like it when I saw it on Topshot as much, and to be honest with you, I don't really like it on the AllDay side as well. I get some people are into it, and that's great. I'm definitely more like I collected the rookie debut set, and I collected the signature set as well for the rookie debuts, just because I think that those, again, I know that the rares and the legendaries are more scarce, but to me, it's just like, I don't know, like I said, if it's still from like childhood, but I always want the debuts. And so I love that they're not getting as much love this year as they got in previous years. And I know they upped the mint count to like 2,500. I'll be interested. I'm going to be really interested, and I'm sorry to kind of shift on you here, but like when I saw that they shifted like the mint counts on Topshot, they really like played up the scarcity, right? I think the rookie debuts are all set to 1,000 now. So I'll be really interested to see if they do that and follow suit in AllDay. I think that would be a huge win for them there, just because again, it's those, to me, those are the moments that I want. Like I want I want that debut moment. And, you know, like the rares and the legendaries are nice, and I like to collect those sets of the rookies as well. So I will, but having that debut moment to me is just like, it's like the rookie card, right? That's the one that was the one that was always sought after for me. So those are the ones that I really focused on getting that set. I know they're doing the metallic gold and the hollow icon sets again in the NFL this year. And last year I went after those a lot more. This year I'm kind of laying back just because I feel like they're nice sets, but is it worth the spend? If you know, like, there's not the utility of legendaries in the NFL side has really been minimized, and so it's like if you got one, there's no real need to get another one. So I'm kind of sitting on my hands a little bit more for those. The signature ones are nice. I don't know if I would say they're overdoing it. They're certainly getting their money's worth out of the signatures this year, though, we'll say.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love them. I definitely enjoy the fact that how limited they are. You know, the limited to 50. It's just real cool. I think, and you know, I hope if they do go that route with next season, just like Topshot, kind of lessening that min size. I would love to see like the leaderboards and the burns kind of come back in with that. You know, why not? Like, you know, it's a lot of fun, and you can get rid of a lot of the other rookie debuts that maybe over a year or two have dropped in price. Well, maybe it gives us a chance to go back out there and scoop some more of them up, because, you know, if there's a burn board for, say, the newest rookie debut in the new season, I mean, I think it works out great that way. That way you kind of get rid of a lot of the older supply, and then you could burn it to get maybe one of the new rookies that are out there. Even if it's just a top 20 board or a top 10, you know, it's still something. You know, it still gets rid of a lot of old supply that way. It would be nice to see. Chewie, what are we saying here? Are you mining a set? Uh-oh. Are you mining a set this season? Where's the prop? Where is it, Chewie? You got in there. You get that axe out. There it is. What are you mining for? What sets have you been mining this season?
Well, now the light comes back on too. After they announced the airdrops for Topshot with you know, completing certain sets, I went out and double checked to make sure everything was locked still, you know, double check all that stuff. And then see like what could I complete for like less than $10, you know. So there was a couple of WNBA ones that I could complete for like $8, so I did those. And then the tour, some of the tour moments came down, so I went out and got my last piece on Glenn Rice for the tour, and completed the tour. And that one, I always wanted to complete the tour because I went to two of the tour stops. So since that price finally came down, I completed that one too.
For new collectors, for new collectors at all, you want to explain a little bit of the tour set? I know it's a throwback.
Yeah,
that's weird. Metallic silver. That's awesome.
I got the sticker right there for my tour stop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the tour, I went to the Oregon, Portland tour, and then went down to the Miami stop down there. So
and exactly what was it? It was NBA Topshot being showing presence at an event. You want to explain just a little bit?
Yeah. So like if you've ever been to Summer League, which I know many of you have on here and that are watching, like basically Summer League in the off season, basically going there happened to be a game in Portland. I think they did a tour stop in England or Paris. I forget where the other stops were. And then there was one in New York also, I believe, or Chicago. Toronto. I forget where the other one. Toronto. Okay, Toronto. That's where you did the shoe, right?
That's where I did my shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, each one was totally unique too. Like depending on who was running it, or the city, or the day that they did it, if they could theme it around a game or theme it around the player that could show up. Not each one had a player, but yeah, it's just getting all the collectors together to rip packs, to experience things together, to do pop shot together, to whatever it was. And that was, you know, during the peak of like getting together and just having fun and not caring about your bags, but caring about each other and your collections. And
caring about JD's cigars. Those are the good days.
Yeah. So that was fun and I hope that, you know, they do. I know money is down and they're redistributing how they put funds into different things, and now they got the community grant so that everybody can apply to do something, which is really cool. Doesn't mean you'll get approved to do it, but everybody can apply to do it. You know, but hopefully they do something like that again, because I think that every city that has a team deserves to be represented in some way publicly, in public face, not just locally with, hey, if you live down the street, come and meet us for a game kind of thing, but hey, world, hey, NBA, look at what this city has to offer with these collectors, you know, that are collecting their digital highlights and they're using their collections, their Topshot moments, or NFL Day. I wish the NFL Day would expand more to not just doing things in LA or Vegas, but going out to Santa Clara and doing a 49ers, or going out to Miami and doing a Dolphins or whatever. That's one reason why I don't worry so much about gaining the 49ers leaderboard, is because I don't get anything for it on all day, really. Only the whales that were able to buy every single one are able to get something for their 49ers collection. I have no way of competing against those fans in all day. I still do it because I love my 49ers collection. But yeah, so that's the tour. One thing I was thinking about it, you're talking about the promos, Banana, and everyone can react to this too. I don't know if they could do it because it might be kind of too much like gambling, but if you could wager a moment for how much the promo would be. So if you wager a common moment, you get $1 off. You wager a rare, you get $3 off or something like that. And you would have to burn that moment to get that discount. And if it doesn't hit, then you don't get the discount and you don't burn. But if it does hit, your moment burns and you get that discount. And you either get $1 off less, so you're not wagering as much or risking as much, or you get more of a discount. And then depending on what is in the pack, you have to make it worth the people to do it. But I thought that might be a cool idea. More engagement.
Yeah, I like that. That's something interesting. I mean, heck, I mean, we could do that amongst ourselves. Listen, you guys send me all your moments, and I'll put a rare in a gift pack, and that's it. Depending on what happens in the night, that's it. I'll give the winner a gift pack with all the moments. I mean, we could do some fun stuff on our own too.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
something that with the gift packs, I mean, it's kind of. I know it takes a little work sometimes, but there's a lot of communities out there, and a lot of, I think, fans and collectors that. Sometimes it's, there's some fun things that go on with just the communities running their own stuff sometimes. So if there's any ideas, you never know. We might have enough people all together in the Discords and chatting that, some of the Twitter, the X group chats, so you can get some people's attention. So there's some fun little stuff that I see that, goes on even just within the community. But Mac, you want to talk a little bit about the tour and just about some of the sets? I know, as Chewie was saying, that you've been to, mentioning the sneakers. You want to tell us a little bit about that from the Toronto event?
Is Jose Calderon friendly in real life?
Like, kind of. Were you there, Trevor? No.
Yeah, I was there. He was friendly enough to me, but it was like you get 5 seconds with Jose and then move on.
It was like shake his hand, get an autograph, walk off stage. But like overall, the event was really cool. We had, if I'm not mistaken, it was called Mac House come in, who's a custom sneaker company down in Toronto, and they're in the shipping containers. So their storefront's out of one of the remodeled shipping containers. I forget what it's called right now, but it's like a newer business, newer area. So they brought them in. We all designed our shoes, and then I chose to get mine signed by Jose, which was really cool. So like, that's really nice. It was awesome to meet people, and I was super new to the community at the time because I'd just gotten big into the Twitter space. So like, I met a lot of people there who I ended up connecting with later down the road, who were like, "Yo, I met you at the tour. You just didn't realize." And it's like, it's just a different vibe. Like, I was new at the time compared to what I was when I went to Vegas this summer, right?
Yeah. That's true. I know it's jumping into the community sometimes. Not everybody's gonna know you, and then a lot of times it's these handles. So you're looking at somebody like, "Oh, hey, how's it go?" And you don't even know each other's real names until you sit there with name tags almost.
Yo, I got a DM yesterday that was like, "Hey, BananaMac, I don't think this is your legit name, but if it is, that's pretty cool." And I was like, "Yeah, buddy, it's not legit, but I appreciate that you think I should go by BananaMac."
Look, that's fine. Hey, listen, I guess it's true. It's a way to open. You don't really know exactly, but it's some of the fun, I think, and that's some of the good part about no matter how much you collect, you could be a moderate collector. Chewie's saying sometimes you can't get to those top leaderboard positions to get those automatic rewards, but even at the low level, medium level, there's always, I think, something that's going to go on in a year's time that you say, hey, this is pretty cool, like this is in my area, maybe I should go check it out. Something like you said, these grant funding programs, if someone in your area has applied and have some funding to do something, I think it's just great that everybody who can get there should get there, because the more people I think that do show up when there's an event and are a part of it, it's just gonna show how much the community is growing and standing for that. So definitely support anybody I think that gets a grant and does something event, that's cool. So if anything I could help with, if somebody does something, I always feel like repost it, put it out there, no matter who it is in the community, because even if it's on your social media, maybe there's somebody that's close to where that event is, and they might go just because you reposted it. It's kind of that, I feel like, supporting everybody when there's those events, because it's such a cool program, but it takes a community to build it, really.
Exactly. But I also feel like there's cool opportunities within NFL and AllDay with these virtual meet and greets with players. I got to meet Devon Anchain last season or the season before. I don't know. It was the online meet and greet just for holding some of his moments.
Wow.
And I don't hold enough to be a whale, but I hold a couple that I got invited. So I was like, this is sick. And I don't know about you guys, but there's a bunch of the meet and greets like Derek White and Miles Turner, Larry Bird, that a bunch of collectors on NBA have done. That's sick.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you live. You just need
a laptop. Totally
cool. Anybody else jump on one of the virtual meet and greets or been on to one of those? Or
They've had AllDay said 2 so far this season. They had one with Coultin Loveland maybe a week or 2 ago, and then they had one just today actually with Jaden Higgins from the Texans. So they're doing the stuff with the rookies again like they did last year. They had Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers. They had a couple other guys that escaped me, but yeah, they've done a nice job of doing that with the rookies, and and to BananaMac's point, it's nice. You just you jump on, they ask some questions kind of about their journey, their college, their pro life. Then they have a little interaction at the end, which is nice. People can ask questions if there's time, and so again, nice little added benefits. And again, it doesn't have to be one of those things where it has to be super exclusive. It's just, I think they should open it up. If you own, whatever, $25 worth of this player, you should be able to access this kind of, so, but they are nice. They're, cool little.
Make it if you're out the mega whale and there's no time for questions, don't have to be able to ask questions. It could just be listening.
Give the whales the ability to ask the questions or whatever.
Exactly. That's why I floated to them was the people that win the spots, they can be on screen with the athlete and ask the questions, but stream it live or even record it so everybody can watch it after the fact.
It blows my mind that I'm 100% on board with that. It what is the harm in not giving more people access? Because then I see it and then I'm well, I want to ask questions. I'm gonna go get more. And this guy's not what's the worst that could happen? You get more whales with a guy. I mean, it's to me that there's some simple things that they could do that would really again help encourage people to want to participate. So
what's the most people you saw on any of those existing conversations, with Devon Achan? Was it 20 of you? Or
I would say so. It was a while ago. I don't remember exactly. Okay. There were quite a few of us.
That's the most, yeah.
Yeah, I was on the HN one too. I think last season they were letting more people on. It seems like this season they reduced it down. So I don't know what the I don't think they show a count on the Zoom meeting. I think it's
okay.
held private. So
I need to figure out how many Kyle Lowry moments I need for his conversation.
I feel like you're pretty dang good with that stack you have.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Maybe we'll buy a few more.
Uh-oh. What are we at? What are we at?
There's I think I took the #1 leaderboard spot over at some point this year. That was not.
You deserve that.
Yeah.
That's well deserved, man.
I'm 47.25 of.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting a spot to talk to Kyle. Sorry.
Yeah, I need at least 5,000 to talk to Lowry.
I don't think you're putting in enough work, buddy.
Yeah, really. Jeez.
The one thing that bums me out a bit is I would put it if there's an automated way to say I will buy 100 of these for $1 with one click. I would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every few days I have to go and pound out 10 new tabs and sign those individually.
Can you not bulk buy on Floaty? You can bulk sell, but you can't bulk buy.
Yeah, but I want to have I'm keeping standing $1 offers on that moment.
Nice
perpetuity on the platform. Yeah, I am checking Floaty once a week, and there are some options even below $1 occasionally. I think that some people have smartened up that I will buy for $1 on the platform, so a lot more $1.15s on Floaty.
I go through phases with Grady Dick, and you see his price dip because I stopped buying for a few weeks. So they all floor them off Floaty to get rid of them, and then I swoop back in.
So you have levels at which you'll just continuously be buying Grady moments until
I'm at 199. Pardon?
Oh, okay. On the debut specifically, or
debut is I believe 186 or something. That's all his moments, his metallic gold, rookie red, freshman gem.
Because you got some specials as well for Grady, I think.
Pardon?
You have some special cereals for Grady as well.
I have all the ones besides his #1 rookie debut and the perfect mint on the metallic gold.
That's sick.
But I was at the game for the metallic gold. So that one's a little extra special because I watched that moment live. So it hits home.
Yeah. You should do some research. I think you might have the highest concentration of special cereals owned for an individual player.
I wonder.
There's a chance that's it.
Hey, Diamond. Hey, Diamond.
Yeah. That's my message.
Yeah.
And you haven't met him in person, though, have you yet? Have you been close? So what's the closest you've been? Nothing.
No, I've been trying to get him on this pod. I'm like, yo, but you got to show your face.
Listen, I know Grady's got to be. I mean, especially in the off season, I think we should give it a shot. I don't know. I mean, we can show the collection off. Maybe a personal video you can post on social. I've
been telling Topshot to sign him, but my buddy Nick from Crypto Card Slabs has met him. They had lunch in Vegas, so I'm just saying.
Really?
Maybe he'll be in the cards.
Okay. All right.
Paulie, you've got Dart. Maybe you can have Dart and Dick.
Yeah, listen. I mean, he friended me on Facebook. I said, he friended me back. All right, he friended me back. I said, I don't know what I did, but I said this dude was already my favorite, and that's it. Maybe now, share him some pictures of the family picnics that I have and stuff like that because my Facebook isn't really. I haven't been on there in quite some time, but I don't know. It was just something odd or something weird, but I said, that's it. He's my favorite forever now. I got his autograph rookie. I got the Topshot one. That's it. I got the Topshot rare that just came out. I said, that's it. I'm going all the way. Hopefully, he stays a Giant and he doesn't end up on the Eagles like the rest of the good Giants. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But thank you all. Thank you all, guys. I hope we had a great time today. Thanks so much for coming on. CNC Pod. Love it. Thank you all for coming. Chewie, axes are way over there. Mono, Trevor, BananaMac. Thank you guys for coming on.